So from this data set, we're going to be learning how to create a timeline, and we have this data set that contains some information. I won't go too detailed about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my data set, highlight on any cell in my data set and go to insert, click on insert, and then I'm going to insert pivot table, and then I'm going to say from table range, and that will give me this prompt. From this prompt, I've said, okay, insert the new pivot table in a new worksheet. I'll click on OK. And once I'm done doing that, this is my pivot table and this is the pivot table editor. So what I want to find out now is the total sales or the total revenue made by each region. I'm going to drag in region into rows, and then I'm going to drag in revenue into values. And that will automatically filter out the sales made by each region. As we can see, the east made so amount, the north, south, and west made so amount. So also we're going to create a chart. Let's highlight on all the parts where we want to create the chart. Please ensure you exclude the grand total because it's not a part of our data set. And then you go to insert, and then you come to insert chart. So let's check the kind of chart we want to insert. Let's insert a column. So let's use this one. And now this is what our chart looks like. We're going to get rid of these grid lines. We do not want the grid lines. So I'm going to delete that. Then I'll reposition my chart properly. After doing that, I'm going to click on my graph. I'm going to click on any part of my data set again, and then I'm going to so click on insert timeline and select on date and click OK. And to create a timeline like this for us, we're going to go back to the timeline bar up there, and we're going to toggle off all unnecessary things. So we're going to come in here and toggle off the scroll bar, toggle off the timeline level and the selection label, and then we have something like this. So let's position it separately. Let's put our timeline in a separate part of the data set. So we have something like this. Next off, with our timeline, we want to connect our timeline to our pivot table. So you right click and go to report connection, and you see once you have to make sure this pivot table is ticked, and you click OK. So now with this timeline, you're able to filter out what was done at different times during these data sets. For instance, in January, if you want to find out the sales that was made, you see that automatically changes. Pay attention to the pivot table and the chart. So if I select on February, that literally filter out what was performed in February. If you found this video helpful, remember to give a like, follow back for more amazing and great content like this. Also save this post for later as you may not come across it anymore. Bye.